We have looked at why so many adults wake after 5 to 6 hours, even when sleep hygiene is solid. Melatonin often enters that conversation as an easy next step, but it infrequently solves the problem outright. Its effects depend on timing, metabolism, and whether melatonin is even the limiting factor for you. If you're using melatonin or considering it, this episode unpacks the most common pitfalls to avoid. Just as important, it will help you assess whether melatonin is the right fit for supporting your sleep in the first place. And, if it is, how to personalize your approach so you can capture the benefits without the unintended metabolic side effects. Here's what we'll walk through together. The 3 overlooked reasons melatonin use is more complex than just shifting it earlier or later. How to individualize your melatonin approach so it supports sleep while minimizing metabolic disruption. The underused tool, 4-point melatonin profiling. When to redirect focus to other drivers of disrupted sleep. Let's get started. 3 reasons melatonin use is more complex than just taking it earlier or later, or avoiding late meals. 1. Sleep problems is not equal to melatonin problems. Melatonin is rarely the primary, or only, driver of the sleep issues many individuals experience. 3 a.m. awakenings, fragmented sleep patterns, or mornings where sleep unrefreshing despite adequate sleep time often stem from other factors, or a combination of them. To name a few, autonomic regulation, poor balance between fight or flight, and rest and recover can prevent full transition into restorative sleep. Hormones, testosterone decline, perimenopause, and menopause alter sleep architecture independent of melatonin function. Sleep apnea, restless legs, or medication can create additional disruption. In these cases, adding melatonin may temporarily mask symptoms without addressing the underlying cause. 2. Age doesn't predict individual melatonin needs. While average melatonin production declines with age, individual variation is large. In my experience reviewing melatonin profiles, some individuals in their 70s still maintain strong night patterns, while others in their 40s already show weaker or irregular patterns. Chronotype, genetics, health status, and light exposure history influence melatonin biology as much as age alone. Supplementing purely, because of age, risks creating a problem where none existed, exposing individuals to unnecessary hormone load while overlooking the true cause of poor sleep. 3. Individual melatonin timing varies by up to 4-5 hours between people. Even when melatonin supplementation is appropriate, the when isn't universal. Your biological night is determined by your internal circadian system, not wall clock time. When melatonin support helps differs between individuals, sometimes by as much as 4 to 5 hours, even for the same target bedtime. For example, individuals with a morning-type chronotype often show earlier biological night signals than those with evening-type chronotype, even when they keep the same bedtime. Medications such as beta blockers have been shown to suppress melatonin secretion, while some antidepressants can alter its clearance. These effects change the timing window in which supplemental melatonin would interact with the body's own rhythm. So the challenge isn't whether melatonin works, it's how well the approach is tailored to the person using it. That shift from universal rules to personal alignment is where we turn next. How to personalize your melatonin approach. The same 9 p.m. melatonin dose might align with one person's biological night, while falling outside the optimal biological window for another. From a circadian perspective, melatonin only supports sleep when it matches your internal night. When not properly timed, it can reinforce the wrong phase of night, producing fragmented sleep or 3 a.m. awakenings instead of continuity. Mechanistically, supplemental melatonin interacts with the circadian pacemaker, and if shifted, it destabilizes rather than stabilizes sleep. From a metabolic perspective, it should not overlap with active food processing. Both constraints are individual, which means universal timing advice is insufficient. Even with these considerations in mind, the most fundamental question remains. Are your sleep problems caused by melatonin? The next step is not to try a new dose or formulation. It's to determine whether melatonin is relevant to your sleep at all, and only then to align timing and amount with your biology. Many of us end up experimenting, changing brands, adjusting dosage, shifting it earlier or later, only to find the results are marked by 3 a.m. awakenings or temporary. There is a more precise approach. The underused tool, 4-point melatonin profiling. Until recently, the ability to map melatonin rhythms was available mainly to research labs and specialized circadian medicine centers. For years, it remained impractical for most individuals outside those settings. That landscape has shifted. What was once locked in research settings is now available to consumers through multi-sample saliva profiles. Instead of a one-off blood test, these profiles capture hormone levels across the day and early night, revealing when your system initiates and maintains its nocturnal signal, the physiological window where melatonin naturally coordinates sleep timing. Few people know this exists, and fewer realize how it can transform decision-making. Clarifying whether supplementation is relevant, identifying personal timing, and guiding dosing, so melatonin enhances sleep instead of disrupting it. Standard sleep evaluations, even those costing thousands, often measure everything except the timing of the hormone that sets the circadian night. Here's how a 4-point melatonin profile test can help you determine whether melatonin is contributing to your sleep issues and how to align it with timing and dosing so it supports, rather than fragments, your sleep. 1. Confirms relevance. A normal profile, showing a healthy rise and sustained levels through the night, suggests melatonin is not your weak link. In that case, supplementation is unlikely to provide benefit. This redirection is valuable. It saves you both time and the cumulative expense of supplements that may never have been necessary in pursuit of an ineffective approach that may, in some cases, disrupt sleep. 2. Personal timing. A profile reveals the timing of your own biological night, so support can be matched to that window rather than a universal, take it 5 to 30 minutes before sleep rule. In my experience, when individuals report that melatonin doesn't work, the issue is often a timing mismatch, taking the right substance at the wrong point in their circadian rhythm. This is one of the main reasons why melatonin doesn't help even when someone might genuinely need it. 3. Dose guidance. If your profile shows adequate nighttime levels, layering on high doses only raises the risk of morning grogginess and impaired post-breakfast glucose control. If your profile shows a weak rise, then the evidence favors minimal physiologic replacement below most over-the-counter products. Either way, a single profile clarifies both relevance and dosing, replacing repeated trial and error with a straightforward path forward. I'll put the one I use in the show notes. The practical takeaway. A profile provides closure. If melatonin isn't the issue, you can redirect focus to other drivers of disrupted sleep. If it is, you know when and how much to use, without exceeding what is physiologically needed. At the same time, I know not everyone wants to or can test right away. Some of you might want something practical you can use tonight rather than waiting for a kit, collection, and results. That's where structured adjustments come in. They aren't as precise as profiling, but they offer a safer and informed starting point than unguided trial and error. For some, these adjustments will bring melatonin back into alignment with circadian timing and help stabilize sleep. For others, they will reveal that melatonin isn't the weak link, redirecting focus toward autonomic, circadian, or hormone support instead. Either way, the benefit is the same. You move forward with clarity. If this episode was helpful, consider liking and subscribing so you'll be notified when new ones go live. And if you'd like to help more people move past 3 a.m. wake-ups, share this episode with someone who's been struggling to stay asleep. To learn more about Sleep OS, my flagship system built to help you sleep through the night, even when good sleep hygiene hasn't worked, visit thelongevityvault.com. The link's in the show notes.